Hi, this is R.J. Williams Jr., aka the Pitchman. Today I'm going to talk to you about some closing techniques. This is our favorite part. Now don't worry if you screwed up the pitch. There's a lot of things that I talk to you about with the pitch, and having the perfect pitch, being the pitchman, and all this about the pitch. But here's a little secret for you. If you totally mess up the pitch and you look ridiculous and people are just biting their nails hoping that you're not going to screw it up too bad and they're feeling bad for you, you might even get a pity sale out of it. Don't worry about the pitch if you can get the close. Now when I hire someone or train someone, I give them a sheet with the pitch on it. It's usually about a page long, maybe a minute, and I tell them to commit that to memory. What I put in bold is one paragraph. Actually, it's just one sentence, depending on the product. That's extremely important. If you can get your close down, you can totally jumble the pitch and still make the sale. Believe it or not, a lot of people just like to buy because they're getting a deal. They don't care what the product is. They don't care about anything except that they're getting a good deal. Did you ever go into Walmart thinking that you were going to buy one thing and then on the way you saw two or three other things that you thought were a really good deal? Maybe it was a buy one, get one. Maybe it was clearance aisle, what have you. We're susceptible to that as human beings. So don't fret if you messed up the pitch a little bit and that's in the back of your mind. Once that pitch is done, you can't go back and you can't get that back. So maximize the close. There's a few different things we can do here in the close to give us really good odds of taking that $20 bill. Now let's talk about our attitude. You have to be confident. You have to be so confident that they're buying it, that they believe it too. So you have to have that take it or leave it attitude. We've talked about the assumptive close in another podcast, but the assumptive close is essentially you as the salesperson in your mind assume, because your product is so good and the deal is so irresistible, that they are going to buy this item. If they don't, they're crazy, and someone else is going to, because frankly, you're going to sell out. You're running out. This is the hot ticket item, and you are here right now with an amazing deal. Buy it, take it, or leave it. And that needs to be the attitude that you ingrain into your brain. I don't care if there's one customer there and you're one sale away from meeting your quota and you get that $1 million bonus if you sell one more. Take it or leave it. Keep that attitude with you and you will sell them. It's funny how maybe you have 3 left and you really are going to sell out and it takes you all afternoon to sell them. There's something psychological about that last couple. You want to make sure that you're consistent. You want to make sure that your price point does not change and that your deal does not change. People will they'll see that and they'll poke holes in your integrity or your pitch or your product or your company, what have you. You don't want to have to deal with that. So make sure that you don't work side deals. Make sure that you don't give discounts unless you give them to everyone. Now you want to make sure that you are always instilling a sense of urgency into customers. If you don't, they'll walk away, think about it, and 99 times out of 100, they'll say, I didn't really need it anyway. A lot of times when you are pitching at a show, half of the value is the emotional appeal, the show. They're buying it a lot of times for you, for your personality, for what you're bringing to the table because they like you and they want to support you in your business. Yes, the product works. Yes, it's a good deal, but it's you. So you ask for the sale, always ask for the sale, but make sure that you add some element of urgency, some time frame that makes them buy it right now. So if you have a trade show that has thousands and thousands of people walking by, chances are they're only going to walk by your booth once. So you can have something like an early bird special for when you first open up, and it's the first few hours of the show. We start off pretty slow. This is our first day. Or you can have an afternoon special. I like to call it the power hour. So this is the busiest hour of our day, and there's so many people, and we're doing so much volume that I'm going to take a couple bucks off, and here's the deal. Or you can do a last couple hours of the show special, because we're pretty slow the last couple hours, you know, and we'd like to do a few more sales. Whatever that little deal that you can incorporate is, make sure that you put it in there, and don't be too excited about it, or else they'll know you're phony. You want to make sure, you know, people can see through that. So make sure that you are consistent with that. Your face is solid. You don't stutter. You don't stammer. You don't have to look for words. You don't you don't look away. Eye contact, tell them the price, and then tell them the deal. And it's also good to be doing something else, like wrapping up a bag or adjusting something or counting something, like it's a side item, like no big deal. Yeah, and we've got this special. It's just the last couple hours of the day, you know. Just before we close here, we'll knock about $5 off, just because we've had such a great day, and it's pretty slow here the last couple hours. So if you'd like one, snag one. And did you see the demonstration? And, you know, just go back and forth between a couple different things, like it's no big deal. But make sure you communicate that deal to them. Give them that sense of urgency. So one of the lines that I use in a lot of my pitches is, but what I'm doing right now, just until 1 o'clock, when it gets packed in here, this is my early bird special. That gets them going. That is a really good sentence to use. Once again, here it is. But what I'm doing right now, just until 1 o'clock, when it gets packed in here, when you buy one for $19.95, I'm going to give you the second one absolutely free as a gift. So buy one now for $19.95, you get the second one for free. That makes them the same price as whatever you're comparing it to. That's the buy one, get one. You can also do a buy one, get multiples, or buy multiples, get one, or buy multiples, get something else. You can do, it depends on your product. So for my kitchen gadgets, what I'll do a lot of times is, if you buy one now, this is my show special, because it's the early bird special or what have you, I'll take $5 off. Okay, if you buy before noon, this is my early bird special. And if you're looking for some gifts, and this is after they've already agreed to buy that. So you throw them the buy one, get $5 off, or maybe buy one, get one free, whatever it is, that is your primary deal. Then they agree to that. They say, that's a great deal, I'll take one. Sold. And then you can either have your cashier do this or your closer, or you can do it if it's just you. You tell them, and also if you're looking for gifts, or if you wanted to do a couple, maybe one for home, one for, you know, the car, whatever the item is, you can always think of a couple reasons to get multiples. If you'd like to buy three, so each of you want one and then you get another one for a gift, what have you. If you buy three, I'm going to give you one of these for free. And then you bring in a whole nother line. Whether it's a mini one or it's something that's kind of related to it. If you have, say, you know, a knife, a lot of people will buy hundreds of those little peeler knives, little tiny 2-cent knives, whatever they are. Someone gets something for free by buying another one at the same price that they already are. They'll spend another $20 to get a 10-cent knife, or they'll spend an extra $60 to get something that cost you maybe $2. So once you've sold them on one, more times than not, I'm not going to say every time or 99 times out of 100, that's not true. But it's true more than half of the time. I looked through my credit card sales for the first couple years, and I had probably a 10%, maybe a 20% upsell with the buy multiples, get one. That was because I wasn't presenting it to people. Once I figured out that if I incorporated that into my close, every single time, consistently, the results came. Because if you sell them on one, then they want to give. Some people have that feeling of selfishness, or they feel bad for buying something for themselves. So, oh, this would be great for Peggy, or this would be great for Donald, or your husband, or your wife, whatever it is. People shop in groups. Very rarely will you see someone at a show by themselves. And if you do, that's a whole nother subject here, but you have to treat them a little bit more tenderly than you do with groups, because they're kind of scared like bunnies. But most people shop in groups. So when they're in groups, you can get them all to buy one through this deal. Oh, if you buy one and you buy one and all three of us buy one, then we get this for free. And they got to fight over the free one, whatever it is. I don't care. My name's Paul. That's between y'all. But that is another closing technique. So buy one, get one. You can do that. And don't do the buy one, get one until the very, very end. You have to build value in whatever item it is. So building value is done through the pitch, through your features, advantages, and benefits, descriptions, how it's examples and ways it's going to save them money, what have you. Then you get to the close and you start high. So these have been featured on QVC for $39.95, or you can get these on the website for $34.95, or maybe you can get them in another retailer for $24.95. But here at the show, because we do so much volume or whatever your reason is, we're doing a special. You get the $5 off. That's going to bring it down to $19.95. So if you buy one here, I'm going to give it to you for $19.95. That is the best deal we do. That is an amazing deal. But what I'm doing right now, and this is very at the end, the last thing you say, but what I'm doing right now, if you buy before noon, while it's slow, just until noon, when it gets packed in here, I'm doing my Power Hour special. If you buy one for $19.95, which is already an amazing deal, I'm going to give you another one absolutely free as a gift. So you can give it to a friend or relative as a gift. Helps me for advertising, and you get the deal of the century. So buy one now, get the second one for free. You've got people clawing to get to the front of the line. Now you've got a line. Now you've got some hype built up. You didn't lose anything. You just doubled your sales. If you're doing a buy one, get one, most people will just double the price and then drop it down to the price that they want. You're not losing anything by giving them a deal. What you're losing is the surprise of the deal if you tell them too early. So keep it till the end. Don't give it away. If somebody out there knows the deal or they've already bought one and they're coming back for another, say, don't tell the secret. Whatever little fun joke you got to do to keep it a secret, because when you drop that second one for free on them, they are going to just grab at it. So you want to drop down. You want to drop the price down. You want to start high and you want to end up at the price that you originally wanted to get out of it. Now maybe you have a range. Maybe it's just you and you bought this item for $2, say, and you want to sell it for $20. That's what you'd like to get out of it. But you can do a little bit less because you still have some margin there. So say somebody comes up and offers to buy 10, you can drop it down to 15. You can do things like that when it's just you. When there's other factors, other employees, maybe you're working for someone, it gets a little bit complicated, you can't do things like that. But you do have a little bit of leeway there, and you're not giving anything away. I personally don't like to do that. That's an option for you. I don't like to do that because then other people hear about it and you have multiple prices going around. What I like to do is to stick to my guns, keep it high, and by the time I get to that high price, I've already dropped it down from 3 times that high. So say I'm selling, say, a lock or something. I'll start it at $90. Whether it's at a shop or Ace Hardware or wherever they can get it from, or overseas or something, you have to kind of put it into the market for them. Okay, these are selling at this price somewhere. Then you drop it down to where they normally sell at, and then you drop it down to your show price. Your show price is usually a little bit more than what you're actually wanting to get out of it. So you give them the show price and you say, and that's what we're selling it for here at the show. That's my show price. Shut up. Pause. Let that sink in. Don't be so insecure in your item, in your product, in your service that you can't let that just set for a second in their minds. If you give it 1 second for emphasis of silence, the people who are not going to buy it in the first place walk away. So now you've got your prospects that are actually interested, and you have given them this information and not gone back on it. So they just processed that, and that's probably the first or second time you've been quiet in a couple minutes. So that registered, and they got that. They're like, this is the price. And they've come to grips with that. And then after that 1 second of pause, you say, but what I'm doing right now. And sometimes people expect this. A lot of times at the shows, you'll people are waiting for the, but wait, there's more. And you can be funny with it. You can say, after that 1 second, but wait, there's more. And then you go into your buy one, get one, or your buy three, get something free, or what have you, and they are really happy. But if someone walks by, and this is very important, if someone walks by in passing and they ask you, how much is it? Don't tell them. Don't ever tell them. That is, one, going to completely destroy your close and your pitch that you're working on. And two, they don't buy it. Those people do not buy. The people that just want to know how much it is are pricing you out, and they're not really interested in the product. In order for you to sell a product, you have to create value. Your pitch creates that value. If you did not get a chance to do that with this person that's walking by, maybe they saw it somewhere else, maybe they saw it earlier. Sure, if you recognize them and there's nobody else around, tell them how much it is, and then maybe they'll buy. You can tell in their eyes if they're just a repeat customer and they're coming back for more. How much is it? Tell them, sure. But if it's just someone that's coming by that doesn't really want to commit to the demonstration and they just want to know how much it is, they're going to mess up your pitch and your close if you tell them. So don't give that information away. Your pitch is only a couple minutes long. If somebody's getting antsy and they're threatening to leave if you don't tell them how much it is, let them leave. Everyone else will see that you don't care and that you have something that's more valuable than this person's time. So those are some closing techniques. There will be more to come. This is R.J. Williams Jr., aka the Pitchman, signing off. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.